little tiny Greek island, and um, it's been a day already, like taken over from yesterday, which was a day. And it all has to do with the frustrations of this tech thing, right? And trying to put it all together. And yes, I took the leap. Took a leap, and I took a chance, and I took a risk. And yeah, and that's a good thing. I think in the end it's a good thing. Today I'm kind of doubtful in my little studio, but I'm gonna keep going with it. And it's not the new Kajabi thing that I've signed up for, and I think it's going to be very, very helpful. And I don't know how to use it yet. So what I'm thinking of is, like, I want to be able to do these live streams from there, so that everything is there, and I don't want to have to do it here and then upload it and send it blah 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 blah. So I don't know if I can do that. But quite possibly you can. I just haven't figured it out. So Kajabi is not the problem. My problem with this tech stuff is the equipment that I have. I mean, I got this cool little microphone, the Yeti blue thingy, and that's a positive. But good morning, how are you? Thanks for showing up. It's nice to have you here. It kind of puts a light into my day because I'm starting out frustrated as can be. So I have a MacBook, and it's kind of an old one. So I got it in 2013. That's, that was a long time ago. But they've been great, and I haven't had any problems. However, I just started doing this streaming and the YouTube thing, opening up from my tiny little studio to you out there in the world, right? And my tech stuff just isn't up to par. And some of you know of the sinking of our fishing boat. My husband had I guess it'd be like a 60-foot something, 20-meter fishing boat that 2 years ago, we're going on 3 years now, like literally sank to the bottom of the Aegean. And thankfully, everybody was fine that was on board and all of that, but we lost everything. And here in Greece, they don't insure fishing boats because I think they have this idea that, you could go out and just sink your boat, and who would be able to figure out if it was intentional or not. But in this particular case, it was unintentional. We rather liked having our fishing boat. And good morning, Corby. So nice to have you here. Yes, I'm having a frustrating morning, and this is good. This is good that you guys are with me, because I need to be cheered up and lifted up. So I'm dealing with old equipment, which does not allow me to do these things the way that I want to. So, like, I have a better iPhone, so that's what I'm using right now, but it won't let me do this live streaming in the landscape mode. And yeah, I'm really kind of not with it today. I'm as you can see, a lot of I can hardly think straight. I have my toothbrush on That's how that's how flustered I am. I go, what is my toothbrush doing here? Oh my. So think I don't know. I'm afraid to go and paint. I had a mess trying to put this painting up on my iMovies thing to edit, to upload here, to use, and this and that. It's been insane because I have this old laptop. It doesn't have a lot of space, so I'm always deleting and always get rid of things. Having to go in and do the cleanup just to create just a few gigabytes, just to have a few extra gigabytes. So yeah, my equipment is not up to par for what I'm doing here. And how do you get through it? Like, what do you do when you have days like today? And I think one good thing to do is to just sit back and get out of my mind, get out of my head, get out of the frustration, because that's where all of this is, right in here, and just kind of take a breath and step back, be that fly on the wall, acknowledge and understand the frustrations that are happening, and perhaps find ways to let them bubble up and release them, so at least I can be somewhat productive today. And then I have to also let go of the expectations of myself, of how productive I'm going to be and what exactly am I going to do, and just kind of let it go and focus on the positive things that do happen, like a cup of coffee. I made a coffee, it was awful. I drank half of it and threw it out and made another, and this one is good. And a tiny, itty bitty positive in my frustrating morning. Okay, Corby, yes, I normally just go with it. Fighting it is futile. It is, isn't it? It's just a useless endeavor. And why bother with it? And when I think, like, when I get latched on the idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm just absolutely stuck in my mind. And if the day is not flowing that way, then there's nothing I can do. So maybe what I might start with is doing one of those paintings. Did you see, Corby, that in a message, I think you sent it yesterday, or I answered yesterday, that was, that maybe you just kind of paint out the frustration on a little sketch. Maybe it's drawing, maybe I'll just actually paint it and just kind of see if I can process this frustration, and through the process of it, kind of release it and let it go. And oftentimes that will work. Other times I go down for a cold water swim, and that will take care of it right away. That usually always does it. But I feel I have a course today, one of my online courses, on the foundations of painting. And so for me, it starts at 4 o'clock. And I have some things, this painting here, this water painting is the next one that we're doing in that course. So I'm filming it and trying to put it together. And of course, my equipment just isn't good enough, except for my microphone. Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and have my coffee with you guys today, and not put any kind of real program, except for my course that is coming up, and I always look forward to that. So perhaps it is just going down for a swim or doing a quick painting. I think I'm going to do the quick painting thing and practice that and release it and see how I feel afterwards. And if that doesn't work, I mean, I didn't even do my morning journaling this morning, which is one of the imperative things that I do. I haven't done it. And so I have to let go of that as well. Um, Aside from my frustrations and trying to work through it, it is, in fact, a beautiful day again today. There's a southern winds, and when we have southern winds, of course, yeah, Corby, you have a sticker. Isn't that cool? Little painting palette, and after a month it starts to get filled in. It's really kind of cute. A really dear friend of mine put that together for me because that's just not my thing to do, to figure out how to do that. So so yeah. For those of you who come here to listen to something a little bit more philosophical, contemplative, going through my morning process in the studio, I haven't got anything for you today, and I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is. I am where I am right now, and it's not one of my favorite moments. So, I'm just going to share that with you and let it be as it is. Keep coming back into my presence, into the channel, into, the areas where I'm stuck. This is a great day to understand my creative channel even more. I'm locked in the idea of things, and that relates very quickly to my solar plexus area, which is, being determined and getting myself involved and saying I'm just going to do it and getting my willpower in. That gets all off. I mean, it just gets off and I can actually do nothing. And then when I actually do nothing, then I go through another mental kind of thing like, well, you could have done all these things today, but you didn't. So I go on this emotional kind of turmoil of worthiness. And I spent a lot of years in that space without understanding that it's all relative, and I don't need to go there. So when I feel that happening, when I become the fly on the wall, I just pull myself out of my head. I see everything that's happening, and then the moment I do that and just let go, things get better. Like I'm already feeling better, right? I mean, I can already feel that things are getting more in tune, in line, and that I am flowing even more freely just by hanging out and having this little morning coffee with you. This morning musings in the studio. Sorry that I'm not being, but I guess I'm not really that sorry. It's all right. It's all right. It is what it is. So, Corby, I hope you're having a good morning, and I hope it's all working well for you. And we will. We should do like a little afternoon kind of thing in the members group, which at the moment is the two of us. And that's great because I'm available even more to you. And we can talk about some things I'd like to see and understand more about your creative process and what you do and who you are and the beautiful part of the world that you're in. So we will be setting that up. I will, yes, sometime this week, maybe on Wednesday, put that together and just kind of sit back and connect even more. I absolutely love that. So, it's 15 minutes going in. I actually feel better. These are supposed to be 10-minute little morning musings. It is what it is. I feel better. So I feel better. So this is really good. This is really, really good. Just being authentic, being my fumbled self today. That's who I am with my toothbrush on the table. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and do some things that I know that I can do, like paint and connect with that. I also have my colleague commission, which hopefully I can do later on today. But because I'm in one of these kinds of states, I don't tend to work on commissions because it's very confining and I am not settled in the space. I'm not settled, and when I'm not settled, then I begin to make mistakes and do things without thinking in my paintings and in my life. So, not a good thing. All right, you guys, I need to figure out how I can do my live streams in a better way. Just keep moving forward. I'm right in the middle of the free fall that I was talking about yesterday, right? Of just jumping off and saying, I'm going to do it and let's see what happens. So I'm on a 3-month course to see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, what's the worst thing? I go back to the way it was. That's it, right? It's not a big deal. It's just a big deal up here in my mind, in my ego mind. I'm going to put it that way because there it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Too much of a risk. And if my ego had it, that false self, that small little part of me, my ego, which is a big part of all of us, but I like to look at it as a smaller version, a smaller part of me, just wants to keep me safe. So what does my ego do? Keeps me static and not moving and never taking risks. Like, don't rock that boat. Don't rock it. You're in trouble. And, that's not a place that I want to live in anymore. So I am going to rock the boat. I did rock the boat. And now I'm in the next day frustrated and thinking maybe I never should have rocked the boat. But I'm just going to keep pulling myself out of my head and become the fly on the wall and just keep watching and keep observing. And I know that this is a state of discontent because I threw myself out of my little safe place. And yeah, I need to upgrade my tech stuff. I need a new laptop. Well, it'll happen when it happens. And I'll just keep working with what I have. So for now, my live streams are going to be in portrait mode. So for those on a cell phone, that's fine. But if you're looking at this on a computer, not so great. And it doesn't show up so great on my YouTube channel. But hey, it is what it is. Thanks for being here with me. I'm going to get started and I'll let you know tomorrow how today went. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thanks for being here. This is good for me. This is really important, and I'm enjoying this connection more than you can possibly understand. I hope you guys can hear me all right because I know I have this microphone here. Here, come and laugh with me. My microphone here, which is hooked up to my laptop. And at the last minute, I turned on my phone, and I don't have the microphone on my phone. So I hope you can hear me. Obviously you can, Corby, because you're answering me. But it's probably not a very good sound. It's crackly. And I'm sitting here next to my microphone thinking, oh, my microphone next to my toothbrush. What a mess. Okay, it is what it is. So I'll get the microphone out of the way because it's useless. That is so sweet. And I do know that. I do know that. Otherwise, everybody would be with people like Joe Rogan and Mr. Beast, who are the tech, you know, tech kings out there. I appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah, we'll get together. I'll have everything set up where you can hear me and it won't be crackly and it'll all work. Oh, right. I'm out. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for your patience. All right. Big smiles.